how you feel after protesting.
How do I feel about the whole thing as a movement? I feel empowered, straight up. I feel like this is the perfect time to rally with the right people.
Last Monday, I literally was just home and in Hollywood, and people were coming right down my street, and I was like, this is crazy. So I started taking pictures. Next thing you know, I'm literally like in the middle of like Fairfax, and I'm like between me and the National Guard and like hundreds of people that I don't know, but we're all on the same beat. We're all on the same mission. And for me, when I had that sort of energy, it makes coming out here day after day so easy, actually.
You got to understand that this centers on us. It's not trying to exclude anybody, but you got to center us, because at the end of the day, we have dealt firsthand over decades, centuries of trauma. And so this is the first time that we've really been able to talk about it, get it out, without having to take into consideration fragile white folks' feelings.
You know, the media has been spinning this constant narrative about looting and rioting. And what we are witnessing is an uprising.
Yeah.
And we got to frame it in that manner.
I really wish that I had more language to tell about it, because I don't. I'm lacking. There has to be a word in another language that will explain the rage that I am feeling. And if that's the rage that I'm feeling as a brown woman in this country, I can't imagine the rage that the black community is feeling.
You know, they've made me question my own way of thinking.
Yeah.
And I think that's the goal, because once you really start getting into what it means to be a white man in a community, in a country that's been historically racist, like you got to start calling out your own bad habits and like the shit calling out your own bullshit.
But it does come back to who we are in our everyday lives, and that's why we're here. It's about who we are when we're at home behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Because you know, there is a perception on black men, and there's also an expectation of black men.
Yeah.
Seeing strong, sensitive black men is not something people see out in the public. That happens in private. That happens in our communities.
Yeah.
So our people know who we are, and it's time that the world sees who we are.
The discrimination that I felt, it's incomparable, because at the end of that, I wasn't afraid that I wasn't going to go home to my mom. I was never afraid that I wasn't going to be able to see my family again. I wasn't afraid that I wasn't going to wake up in my bed in the safety of my own home. That's my privilege. I am a privileged person. Regardless of what else I've been through, I'm a privileged person, because I know that at the end of the day, I'm going home to my mother. I cannot imagine the sadness and the fear that the black community feels, because that's not a fucking guarantee to them.